Good afternoon. Welcome to GrainTV. It's September 9th, 2014. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Cody Bills to help break down a day in the grains that saw a lot of selling pressure here for corn, soybeans, and wheat. Let's take a look at the quotes here on the iPad. We had corn down 4 cents, November beans down 15 3/4, and we had Chicago wheat down 6 cents there. If you haven't taken a look at our iPad app yet, visit us over at grainhedge.com. You can sign up, download it now, and take a free 2-week trial. Get some live quotes on your mobile device for this Thursday's USDA report. Cody, if we take a look here at the action, though, that we saw in soybeans, as I said, a lot of selling pressure here. We did close the day lower, but we really just moved lower in kind of an orderly fashion. We did punch through that area of $10 there on the November contract. In a lot of minds, this now opens up a move down to $9.50. That's kind of the next area that we're seeing a lot of support. Corn, though, kind of an interesting trade today. Actually looked like we might have kind of found here a bottom toward the end of the trade session, or is that something that may not hold?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting when you look at it because we were right around that 343. That was a low set back in June 2010, and it acts as a support here back on Thursday of last week and again here today. We cupped over. We were unable to penetrate through those lows, and we're consolidating. Look at how orderly that consolidation was as we're heading into the night session. I wouldn't be surprised in the night session if we just kind of drift sideways here, but I think there's a very good chance that we end up breaking through. Yep. If we don't break through, there's a good chance we get a little bit of a double bottom. This shows support, maybe get a little bit of a rally off this. Yep. But considering the fact that we have the USDA WASDE report on Thursday, I would suspect that we're going to go lower, as a lot of people are looking for higher yields coming out on Thursday and are positioning themselves that way by getting short in the market.
Yeah, it really looked like that was kind of the theme of today. Tuesdays are generally a light day in terms of grain market fundamentals, so in particular on today, a lot of eyes were on expectations for Thursday's report. Take a look at this table here. You can see on the left side we're looking at what the USDA reported for yield and production in the August report. On the right side here is what the average analyst is looking for in Thursday's September USDA report. You can see here for corn, expectations of yield 170 to 171 is about the average, but keep in mind right now we have some very well respected analysts out there looking for yields around 175 or even higher. So I think in Thursday's report that corn yield number is really going to be a focus. Obviously that's going to carry over into production. You can see here on average looking for production at 14.29 billion bushels here for corn. Soybeans, kind of a similar story here, looking for about 0.8 bushels per acre higher in terms of yield, production at 3.8 billion bushels. There's still a lot of unknowns, though, I guess, looking at the soybean crop. A lot of questions about disease. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I think that this corn number in particular could be the focus of this report, specifically after we saw in August the USDA came out with a very conservative 167.4 yield there for corn.
Absolutely. There's two things I think that are going to be weighing on this. One, you get these early harvesting reports, people talking about the yields that they're getting out of their fields further south, and those are coming in a little bit better than expected. Now, when you combine that along with the increased crop production ratings, the crop progress weekly reports, I think both of those things make a very compelling case that we may have yield come in. Well, I think it's a given. Most people think that the USDA is going to revise it higher, but just how high is the question here? And I think a lot of people think that even over 170. I personally, I'm not in that boat. I would suspect they're going to be still a little bit conservative here. I wouldn't be surprised to see somewhere around 169. That's more in line with what Play Analytics is looking for. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see. That report's going to be out at 11 o'clock on Thursday. If you want to follow us for live updates on report day and leading up to report day, you can follow us over on Twitter at GrainTV is where you can find us there. As I said at the beginning of the show, if you haven't yet taken a look at our great mobile app, visit us over at grainhedge.com. You can enter your name, phone number, and download it right away. Get a look at those live quotes and have them on your phone or on your tablet for report day. If you have any questions about that, as always, call the office. Number here is 877-472-4607. Thanks a lot for joining us here on a Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow to talk ethanol numbers and lead up to the big September USDA WASDE report.